Kentucky. Told me, I walk up and name and spend 10K just like it's nothing. I hang with the demons.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This is no doubt one of the best matchups of the NFL season. A battle of undefeateds. Two teams that have been dominating opponents all season. Who will be the dominant team in this one? It's going to be fascinating to find out. It's the Texans going up against the Jaguars.
Larry, the fans in teal and black are ready to lock down the bank as you get a look inside Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
Looking to throw. Peck under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Now let's go! Leopard! Detroit!
Back to throw. Peck. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Shaq Thompson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Ross on the return. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Three yards remaining here on 2nd down. To throw is Ryan. And this is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And finding Fedorowicz. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run again with Pirine. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Let's go! Detroit! Detroit! Back down to that Philly! Here we go! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
On first down, Peck. And that's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd down following the incompletion.
All right, now, look at 56. All right, now, look at 56. Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Off the bootleg. Peck. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Back down to that Philly! Here we go! Watch it, Leopard! Leopard!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Peck. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Leopard, let's go! Green, 39! Green, Leopard! Leopard! Go! Detroit! Here we go! Detroit!
They'll run it with Pirine. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 9 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Again, here's Pirine. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over!
Off play action. Peck. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cole. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
All right, here we go. Leopard! Leopard! 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10. Peck escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Little motion now from the tight end. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now running right through it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Operating from the gun. Peck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Ben Koyanek, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And this one through the uprights and good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 10 yards still left on second down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They go play action now. Ryan. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. And 21 yards there as they convert on third. Shift together here from the D-line. A first down carry here for Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On second down, here's Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Over! Here we go now.
Off the play fake. Peck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
If it's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other. And, yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Peck. It's complete to Grant. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Over!
Throwing on 1st down. Peck. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Way. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Peck. He's going to air one out. Oh, nearly picked. Yeah, maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Looking to throw. Peck. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal. Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They begin the drive with Johnson. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Again, it's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Ryan. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Off play action. Peck. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He's dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Shaq Thompson. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C., and the Redskins there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Third down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Miles Jack able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Now Pirine. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
His throw incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Slot man moves right. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they got 3rd and short.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. Green, 30 nuts in that body. Gun!
Back to throw here. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
What's in that body? Body! Hurry up, here we go. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now he steps away. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Play action. It's Ryan. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Ryan on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their...
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, as the first half is winding down, and the Texans will add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now Ryan going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 53 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
All right, here we go.
Off the play fake. Peck sliding up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaq Thompson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Peck. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Now he's forced out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Now let's go. Leopard. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit.
They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
They go play action with Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
The Texans send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt. Return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll drop it off to P-Ryan, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. The offense lining up first and 10.
Now let's go. All right, now look at 56.
They'll set up to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
It's a quarterback sneak. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Second and goal to go now. They'll go to P-Ryan trying to pound it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Fresh set of downs here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On the ground, this is Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now Ryan on second down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Looking to throw. Going for the deep ball. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for 5. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he finds Safarian Jenkins. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away.
Detroit! Watching that, Marty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Jaguars on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The Jaguars on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. The slot man in motion right. After the penalty, it's Yeldon, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Hoping for a 4th down stop. Instead, they flinch and move the chains.
Flinch, jump, not watching the ball, all the sins that you're not supposed to commit, they come into play there.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Defense showing blitz.
Back down to that Philly. Here we go. Leopard. Here we go now. Watching that, Barney. Take four. Set.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. T.J. Yeldon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And the play clock's running down. From the gun on third down, Ryan. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Play clock winding down. On second down, here's Miller. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On third down, Johnson. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Getting late here in the fourth, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go. Give. This is their fullback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Johnson running left. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down, 8. They'll run with Mack. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Texans on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Ryan to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And it's third down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Texans, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.